Hi, everybody. This is Amertat, your wandering storyteller. And today we're going to start a whole new story for stay-at-home kids story time. And
I'm not free anymore. I'm full.
That's right. Somebody just had a birthday and they're 4. So I'm going to probably not be able to answer questions till after the story, but I'm so happy to see everybody. So today's story is going to be in Plantland. This is a world where there's only fruits and vegetables, no people, no animals. And in this land, Plantland, all of the fruits and vegetables walk and talk and do a lot of the things that people do. And the main characters here are Tommy the tomato, Clancy the carrot, Tammy the turnip, and Betty the banana. So let's go to Plantland. Hi, everyone. In Plantland, the plants were having so much fun today. Tommy the tomato and Clancy the carrot and Tammy the turnip, they were playing catch the sunflower seed. They would take a sunflower seed and throw it back and forth. And they had a sort of like a bat made out of a little piece of well, actually they took their bat was made up of a little friend who was a carrot, and they would take the carrot in their hand and try to hit the sunflower seed, and the one who could hit the sunflower seed the farthest would win the game. It was sort of like the game we call baseball, but they called it seed ball. And Tommy the tomato was the pitcher. He wound up his arm and he threw the sunflower seed at Tammy the turnip, who was there ready to hit it, and she took the carrot in her hand and went, missed it. Actually, well, okay, Tommy got another chance. He wound up the sunflower seed. He threw it. And then Tammy the turnip, she got ready with Clancy the carrot in her hand, and she hit, oh my gosh, she hit that sunflower seed so far that she could run all the way around and come back and get a point. They were having so much fun. It was a beautiful, beautiful day. And there was a mean gang of bad apples. And this gang of bad apples came up and said, hey, you guys get out of here. This is our seed ball field. You can't be here. Well, Tommy the tomato, he was brave. He said, you think not? Well, you want to try to get me out of here? Just try. And before he knew it, the bad apples came to him and picked him up, and it looked like they were going to squish him, because you know how juicy and tender a tomato can be, right? But just before they did that, Betty the banana came to the aid. Hey, you guys better let him alone, or I'm going to take my pointed banana point and poke you apples, you bad apples, you. Okay, they said, we'll leave Tommy the tomato alone, but this is our seed ball field, and you guys better get out of here. Okay, so Tommy the tomato and Clancy the carrot and Tammy the turnip and Betty the banana, they went off to find some other things to do. But there was so much to do in Plantland, it didn't matter, because they were going to go on a little hike. And it was a very, very steep hill right next to the seed ball field. And so they started to walk up this hill. Well, you know, Tommy the tomato, you can imagine what Tommy the tomato looks like, right? He was big and fat, full of little tomato seeds. And he had a tough time getting up that hill. Clancy the carrot, you know, carrots, they go pretty fast, right, up a hill. And the same thing about Tammy the turnip. You know, turnips and carrots, they have pretty much the same body. And these were very strong. They used to work out in the gym, Tammy and Clancy, and Betty the banana too. Betty Banana was very upright and proud, and she was a really big banana. That's why all the bad apples listened to her, because they didn't want to get poked by her sharp end that the banana has. So they started walking up the hill, but Tommy the tomato started getting very tired. Come on, guys, slow down a little bit. Oh, come on, said Tammy. You're just a big old fat tomato. You can make it. You need the exercise. Oh, just wait 1 second here. I gotta sit by this tree. Well, he leaned back against the tall tree named Tutu. And Tutu said, "Hey, what are you doing leaning against me?" "Oh, come on, man. I'm just so tired. I don't know what to do." He said, "Well, you better not lean against me, because I don't want you to get your smelly old tomato juices all over my tree." "Oh, come on, please, let me just say for 1 second. No, said Clancy the carrot. Come on, Tommy, let's go for the hike." "Okay, but I don't think you're very nice, Mr. Tree. You should let me lean against you. And someday, if you ever need help, don't ask me, because I'm not going to come and help you." "Well, I'm not worried," said the tree. "Well, if there's ever a fire and you need a tomato to put it out, don't ask me. I hope you burn." Ooh, that was a mean thing to say, but the tree was being very mean too. I guess the tree deserved that. And so they kept going up the hill a little farther, and Tommy the tomato said, I've just got to wait here. I just can't go any further. But just then they saw a whole herd of strawberries coming down the hill. There was 10 strawberries rolling down the hill. Woo! Woohoo! And they rolled right past them and went on down to the bottom of the hill. It was one of the most fun things a strawberry can do, you know, is to just cuddle up and start rolling down a hill. Have you ever rolled down a hill? So much fun. And then right after the strawberries came down the hill, a bunch of cherries came along, and they went rolling down the hill too. Woo! Here we go, down the hill. But one of the cherries got out of the line of cherries, and he started heading toward a rock. And there was a rock right in front of him, and oh no! Splat. The cherry broke in two, and all of his juices went flying all over the ground. The poor cherry was done for. Tommy the tomato and Clancy the carrot came over to look at the cherry to see if they could help him, but there was nothing they can do. He was sitting half open, and all that was left was his seed. You know, when you eat a cherry, inside there's a seed in the middle of the cherry. But guess what? As soon as the juices split open from the cherry, the seed started putting its roots into the ground. And before you knew it, a tree started to grow where the cherry had split apart. And within a few minutes, there were leaves on the tree and flowers on the tree. And pretty soon, the flowers started to get a little bulb on the bottom of them, and the flowers fell off and the bulb got bigger and bigger and bigger. It was green. And then it started to turn red. And pretty soon there was a beautiful ripe cherry just there on that tree where the poor cherry had fallen apart. And this cherry fell off the tree and said, "Hi guys, I'm the new replacement cherry. Where'd my friends go?" They said, "Well, they all went down the hill." "Okay, I'm going to go follow them." And he went rolling down the hill after them. Well, by now, Tommy the tomato was rested. And they said, "Let's get to the top of the hill. Come on, guys." So Tommy and Clancy and Tammy and Betty all went up to the top of the hill. When they got to the top of the hill, they could see so far. And below them, on the other side of a beautiful field, there was a beautiful ocean with a palm tree, just like you see behind me, right? You see that beautiful ocean and the palm tree? That's exactly what they saw. Actually, this this movie behind me was taken in Plantland. So I brought it here so you could see what Plantland really looks like. But there was something wrong, because usually on the beach, there are lots of beautiful, beautiful green and purple flowers. But on this particular day, there were no flowers. In fact, most of the flowers had been crushed and were lying on the ground. "Oh my gosh," they said, "what happened? We better go down and see." And so they hurried down the other side of the hill to where the beach was. And they looked at all these poor dead flowers and the green plants and everything. They were already starting to turn brown and like they were gone. They didn't know what was going to happen. And just then they heard some big pounding feet coming. Kaboom, 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 kaboom. What's going on? What is that? What is it? And they looked over, and there was a whole herd of coconuts heading toward them. And they were holding these flowers in their hand, and they were throwing them to each side. "We're going to get rid of all these flowers because we want to take over this beach. You better get out of our way, you tomatoes, because we're going to step on you, and we're going to crush the banana and break you turnip and carrot in two." And as they were watching them, the coconuts were getting closer and closer and closer. But we're going to have to wait until tomorrow to find out what happened to our coconuts. So I hope you enjoyed the story, and tell all your friends to join us tomorrow on Facebook at Amertat Cone, or you can listen to my story all week long. I'm going to put it on YouTube. You can go to This Is Amertat on YouTube, and why don't you subscribe, and we'll have a lot of stories to share. Goodbye.
Mama.
Thank you for listening. I love you all.
Mama, I'm
Bye.